Today we are checking out my settings here in Modern Warfare 3. I know a lot of people have been requesting to see my settings on this game, which I understand, but I figured why not do it today to give you guys just my official settings and just honestly getting comfortable with my setting. That's the whole main part of it. I wanted to make sure I was comfortable with what I had on just in terms of sensitivity and stuff like that before I just share it with you guys. So y'all good now. We're definitely comfortable with what we have on here. I'm going to show you guys my settings and everything that just makes me the player that I am when it comes to Modern Warfare 3. For the video, let's start with you guys to drop a like and comment down below what's your sensitivity for Modern Warfare 3, and let's hop right into my settings. So for the graphics tab, this will be literally my display. Everything you see right here is just basically my monitor. We have one full screen exclusive monitor display. That'll be the name of your monitor right here. This is going to be my graphics card, a 3090 Ti. My monitor refresh rate is going to be 240. I play on 1440 as well, which you don't play 1440, I'm telling you right now, bro, get off that 1080, get you a 1440 monitor. It's low, it's gonna run you some change, but look, 1440 is just the best way to actually play Call of Duty just in general, and everything you see right here is going to be default as well. My NVIDIA reflex low latency is off. Yeah, I think I used to have that on as well. That's off. Echo mode, that's on custom. I really don't know what that is, to be completely honest with you. VSync for gameplay and menus are going to be off. Custom frame rates basically on unlimited. I have it literally maxed out to what I want it to be. Focus mode, that's going to be on 90. I don't know, that's default to how the game came. And HDR, and then high dynamic range is going to be off as well. But for the quality tab, like I said, render resolution will be on 1440. Whatever your resolution is, it'll be whatever that is. If you have 1080, whenever you move this right here up and down, it'll go to, whenever you put this to 100, then it'll be either 1080 or it'll be either 1440, depending on what you play on. So just make sure this is on 100. Dynamic resolution will be on off. Upscaling / sharpening, you want to make sure you have this on Fidelity FX Cast. The best way to play the game, makes the game looks absolutely sharp and just perfect. We have the strength on it is going to be on 100. That's completely maxed out. My VRAM scale is going to be on, the VRAM scale target is on 80. We have the variable rate shading as well. That's on. That's default. For my details and texture resolution, a lot of stuff is going to be on low because it's Call of Duty. You don't need to have your stuff cranked up. You know what I'm saying? So text resolution is going to be on low, or very low. Texture filter, and I'm not going to try to pronounce that shit. It's just on low. Depth of field, make sure you have that off because it makes the game blurry. Detail quality level, that's going to be on low. Particle resolution is on low as well. A lot of stuff's going to be on low and just off. I'm just going to scroll through it. Make sure you have on-demand texture streaming. Make sure you have that off because it downloads stuff in the back. Just make the game look better. Make sure you have that off. Local texture stream quality is normal. Granted, like I said, I have it off, so it really doesn't even matter. My shadow and lighting, for the shadow quality, we have that on low as well. For the screen space shadow, we have that on low. Ambient collision, that static object, that came default to how the game came. Screen space and reflection, that's normal. Static reflection quality, that's low as well. For the environment now, tessellation near, all this is gonna be right here. All this whole environment tab is that's default. So this is gonna be on there. The terrain memory is gonna be on minimum. The volumetric quality is on low. We have one, the deferred physics quality is on low as well. Weather is that's low, and water quality is low as well. I'm pretty sure I did touch these last ones right here because they're set to low. My field of view is going to be on 120. I play 120 every single year. It's going to be on affected as well. Makes the gun look a lot smaller, and you definitely zoom out, and it gets rid of any sort of visual recoil that would ever be in Call of Duty on your game. So definitely put affected on. The affected definitely is my personal favorite kind of setting, especially when they added it to Call of Duty. For the weapon field of view, make sure you have that on wide so the weapon looks smaller. Like I said, it just gets rid of visual recoil. Third person field of view, that's 80. I don't touch that. I don't third person, obviously. Vehicle field of view, that's default. Now for the camera here, this is important because this right here can literally mess you up a lot, make a game look extremely weird and just out of focus in general. For the world motion blur, make sure you have that off. For the weapon motion blur, make sure you have that off as well, so you have no sort of blurriness when you are playing the game, no matter what you do. For the fill grain, make sure you have that on 0 because it blurs the game at a certain range and it's not pleasurable to look at. So make sure you have that on 0. With the first person movement, or the camera movement, make sure you have that on the least amount of movement because you don't want your screen shaking when you get hit by grenades or stuns and stuff like that. You want to have the least amount of shake on your screen so you can just, you know, aim properly. You know what I'm saying? So third person, make sure you have that. Same thing with the least camera movement. Third person A- transition, that's default to whatever this was. Spectator and camera helmet, that's personal preference. And inverted flash, I had that on as well because I don't want to be blind by the time I'm 30 fucking with this game, and these flashes are literally insanely bright. But that's gonna be it for the graphics tab. I'll go to the audio tab here to my audio mix. I have headphones bass boost. Bass boost is the best way to hear anything. Don't have headphones, just do headphones bass boost. You hear literally every single sound in the game, I promise you. Speakers, the headphones, that's just default to my system. And speaker output is going to be on stereo, that also is default as well. Obviously my volume is going to be maxed out so you can hear every single thing in the game as you have that on 100. And everything right here is just personal preference to what you want to hear and what you don't want to hear. That's exactly what I did. Same thing with voice chat. Obviously I have voice chat on. A lot of these are going to be personal preference. If you don't want to hear people talk, you'll just turn half of this stuff off. If you don't hear nobody talk, it's going to scroll through. Microphone, like I said, is default to whatever you want it to be, whether you want it to be push or talk, stuff like that, or you can just change it to whatever mic you have connected to your PC. I don't have a mic connected to this PC, so I don't have an actual, you know, option set. Anything with mic volume, all just personal preference and default to your mic. Subtitles, that's just default. It'll just, I guess, display whenever it wants to display in campaign. And same thing with the sides, all personal preference for how big you want them to actually be. The functionality, that's off as well. We ain't touching none of this stuff. All these are going to be off and just completely regular. But I did keep my regular I think I changed my hit marker sound to classic. Classic is old school Modern Warfare 2 hit marker sound. Yeah, so I have regular hit marker sound. I think whenever you do start the game, it goes to Modern Warfare, which is, I mean, I haven't used that in a long time. Don't forget, some of these settings are just based off our Modern Warfare 2 settings. So a lot of this is literally going to just be the same from that game. So I have it on classic. And mute game with minimize, that's off. That's a personal preference thing as well. With the interface tab, a lot of this stuff is going to be personal preference, so I'm going to scroll through it quick. Subtitles, the same thing, personal preference. If you ever wonder why my game looks different in terms of like colors, this is literally the color. Go to interface and go to color customization. That's why my name is like black in game. That's some of the flags like orange and stuff like that. That's why a lot of stuff is very, very different from the normal actual aspect of the game. So I went to this tab and changed it to, I changed it to literally what I want it to look like. That's exactly what I did here. You could literally do any color look. They have a whole palette of colors you can do. You literally customize colors. I didn't know you could do that, but you know, like I said, that's why my game looks, you know, a little different in terms of color. For the HUD, make sure you have your minimap on square as well. You do not want to have it on circle. Circle limits the range you can see when it comes to your minimap, so make sure you have it on square. Minimap rotation, that's going to be on as well. Make sure you have that on. Horizontal compass, that's personal preference. I've been turned that shit off last year from Modern Warfare 2. My crosshair is obviously going to be on. Hit marker visual, make sure you have that on as well, so you actually know you are hitting someone. Anything with the damage based hit marker, so you know when you are hitting someone and you know when you are actually getting a kill on them. Player names, make sure you have that on full name because the visibility in this game is completely shit. Make sure you have it on full name so it'll definitely help you see the dot above their head if there's just their name tag in general. In-game text chat, that's personal preference. Vehicle hub prompts, that's also personal preference as well. My telemetry is basically what's on top of the screen right there. FPS counter, server latency, and packet loss. I would say the main two things you need is going to be server latency and packet loss, because if you have packet loss, you know you're lagging. Server latency is just your ping of the actual lobby, so the lower that number is, the better your connection is in the actual lobby, just to let you guys know. That's pretty much all I have for the telemetry, and everything else you see right here is basically default to what the game came to as well. But now, last but not least, what everybody is generally here for and what they really care about is going to be my controller. Obviously my input is going to be controller, but before we do start this, I actually do use a SCUF controller. It's a SCUF Impact. I have two paddles on the back. My paddle on the right is to jump and my paddle on the left is to melee, just to let you know. Okay, so edit button layout, I play tactical flip. In other words, I shoot with R1 and L1, and I slide with R3 as well. That's just more comfortable and how I personally like it. I've been playing for years, so that's just what I love it. To me, that's the best way to play tactical flip in my personal opinion. Bumper pings, that's off. It's going to be the flip option for R1 and L1. Like I said, to my personal opinion, that's the best way just to shoot and just play in the game. The layout is going to be default. Controller vibration is off. If you play with vibration, I look at you differently. Don't get it twisted. Vibration is completely weird. I haven't used vibration probably in ears, dog. So if I ever have it on, it's gonna feel completely weird. Just keep it on it. Dead zones now. Dead zones this year, they completely changed it to where you can actually test your dead zone. I'm pretty sure this is a new controller, but it has a lot of dead zone now all of a sudden because slot casing like a motherfucker around. But yeah, you could test your dead zone, so you could adjust it to, you know, how your controller actually is. So this is my dead zone settings. This is default. Like I said, this controller is practically new. Like I've been using it literally since the game came out, so it's only like a couple of weeks. So like I said, it's very new. This is literally my dead zone, so I don't have everything cranked up. I don't have that much stick drift as well. Now for the aiming tab, my sensitivity for the vertical and the horizontal is going to be 7.7. I play 7.7 every single year. I feel more comfortable with 7.7, and I just personally just think it's just the best. That's just me though. For the ADS sensitivity multiplier, we have that on the 1. Sensitivity multiplier as well. All this is default. I didn't touch not a damn thing on that tab. Anything with the vertical axis is all on standard. That's all default to how the game came. Backstand sensitivity, I didn't know this is a thing. I just left it as is, to be completely honest with you. Aim response curve type. Yeah, I say it. Make sure you have it on dynamic. Dynamic basically aims for yourself. You definitely need it this year because it's definitely harder to aim this year. I can definitely tell you that for sure. The aim assist is not as strong as it once was in Modern Warfare 2. Definitely have one dynamic to help you guys get overall better. Same thing with aim response curve type. Scale slope default, that's going to be on 1. Everything right here is going to see is going to be default as well. Only thing I did recently change is going to be my aim assist type. I put it to Black Ops. I heard Black Ops was the best one this year in terms of just it being more stronger, and I guess you can say I feel the difference. I mean, I have good aim regardless, so in my personal opinion, that's just like Black Ops felt good. I'll say that Black Ops felt good. It felt definitely great. It definitely felt amazing to use, in my personal opinion. For the third person ADS correction type, that's going to be on assist. That's default. Everything you see right here is default as well, just for those last 2 settings. Now for my gameplay, I do use automatic tack sprint because I don't want to break my controller and beat the damn sticking time to tack sprint all the time. The tack sprint just comes in clutch. Obviously, every now and then it does sell you, but tack sprint is just automatic tack sprint is one of the best ways to move when it comes to all this stuff with moving. I'm just going to slide through and just go through all this and show you the most important things. But it also, if you want to have it depends on what type of play style you have. If you just want to strictly slide cancel and just be smooth with it, take off. I'm pretty sure it's going to be on tap to dive or tap. No, I think it's default to tap to slide, but put it to slide only. So where you can't dolphin dive at all. Dolphin dive is completely gone. You're just basically slide canceling, which honestly I don't care about dolphin dive in my personal opinion. I don't know how dolphin diving is actually in this game. So I just have it strictly on slide. So I just slide cancel, slide cancel, slide cancel over and over again. And it basically brings you back the movement from Modern Warfare 2019. So if you want that, I say put that on. Everything else you see right here is going to be default as well. I didn't touch anything. I didn't touch anything of the sort when it comes to any of these settings. I'm going to scroll straight on through. Everything is completely default to how the game came. Yep. Anything with the vehicles, overlay behaviors, everything's just the same. But I know this is going to be my official settings video here from Modern Warfare 3. I know everybody always wants to see it. If you are new to the channel and you do enjoy the content, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment down below what's your sensitivity. And I'll see you guys in the next one.